Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dano, aka Danya Allah, and sorry, I'm a little tired. Just got back from my first job, and I'm actually about to go to my second job in a minute. And it's funny because my second job is optional; like I don't have to do it if I don't want to. But hey, I'm a black man out here making money. I try to make as much money as I can. Stuff like that, save money and things like that. And, brothers and sisters, we have to learn how to save money, how to manage our money better, because there's so many of us who just blow through our money. We need to take, we need like money management classes, because right now people are scrambling, blowing their last freaking dollars for Christmas to buy their kids Christmas presents. Instead of telling them, hey, we're fucking broke. I know your kids at school, they may have Christmas presents, but guess what? Their parents are just as broke as we are. We need to save our money, and I'd rather invest my money in something more important. But I don't celebrate Christmas. But if I did tell my kids this and I did celebrate Christmas, I'd be like, okay, well, I will buy y'all something when I can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Forget the Christmas. I don't even celebrate Christmas anyway, so my kids won't even have to hear that. They be getting presents and gifts all year round, so they won't feel like they're missing out on anything. You should do that anyways. Just don't wait till Christmas to blow all your fucking money on that day. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense for that day. Some parents buy throughout the year to save up for Christmas and stuff like that, and that's cool, and I can understand that. But now kids, they want the newest things. They want what's hot right now, and trying to buy a year ahead or even 7 months, 9 months ahead, that's just too far away. You know what I'm saying? They may want a game that comes out a certain day, and games usually release. I mean, there's four different quarters of when they release games. Most games come out in spring, and then the second most amount of time it comes out in winter, around Christmas. So it starts from November, usually November to December. That's when the fourth quarter really hits. And all the games come out because they know it's Christmas time. They exploit gullible mothers and fathers out here. So, but anyways, we need to invest our money better, because there's people like, I have a relative who is without any job. She's without any real job, and she's blowing her money. I mean, she's literally putting herself in debt to buy her daughter Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? That shit is unacceptable. It really is. I mean, what are you going to do with that you brought your child if you're homeless and you have no place to go? You're not paying bills, you have no food, all that stuff. That makes no sense to me. So we have to be better at just managing our lives and managing our money, and learn where to put that money at and invest. That's what I'm doing. So anyways, that's not even the main subject I'm talking about. But I wanted to talk about Tariq Nasheed. Not necessarily about him, like his character, but something that I believe is not really a character flaw, but something that he believes in that I don't believe in. His ideology about a specific subject, and that is pimping and prostitution. Now, before I watched this DJ Vlad interview, I noticed many times before, I would say at least 2 or 3 times before, I heard Tariq Nasheed talking about pimping and prostitution. He mentions it many times before, but I heard him state this at least twice before this interview. But yeah, Tariq, he's always talking about pimping and prostitution because he went under the tutelage of pimps, hustlers, and all that stuff when he was out there in California. So I guess he learned the way of them, and that's how he wrote the book and stuff like that. That's how, he's, I don't know what you call him, Rico Suave or whatever the hell you want to call him. And y'all brothers in the comment section, y'all wrong, man. I see those comments that y'all leaving down there about him talking about his head and stuff, man. Shut up. One of the people down there said that he looked like a Madden, actually NFL Blitz 2000 player, 2000 created character player. I was like, oh, y'all niggas are silly. If y'all know that game, which was a great game back in the day, but if y'all know that game, y'all will get a laugh. But anyways, moving on. Y'all need to stop. See, that's one thing that we need to do as a people. Leave that dumb shit alone. He's a man, just like we are. You know what I'm saying? He's a human, just like we are. Okay, whatever. You think that he looks a certain way, keep that shit to yourself. That's part of maturity, and a lot of people don't exercise maturity at all. You know what I'm saying? The name calling, and see, I know that Tariq himself, like, nobody's perfect. And I noticed that one of Tariq's issues is that he likes to make fun of people's physical attributes. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, I mean, it's fair game with him. He'll probably crack a joke back at you, you know. But that's not me. That was never me. I've never been the type of person who like making fun of people and really hurting people, because people, that really touches people when you talk about them. People have killed themselves before, you know, because of people making fun of them about their physical features, something that they really can't help. Most of the time you can't help it. But anyways, so like I said, he talked about pimping and prostitution before. And I can't remember how it was brought up in his interview, but in his interview, they were talking about how a lot of the black militant groups were being funded, and he was defending the pimps and players and hustlers and all that stuff, saying that how they got paid was basically off of prostitution, because the black women, they moved up north and they were being exploited by these white men who were pimping and holding them out. I guess the brothers came up there was like, hey, okay, we're going to stop this shit, but at the same time, we're going to take y'all from them, and then we're going to pimp y'all ourselves. But that's how I guess the pimp came about, because he was like, okay, I'm going to protect y'all. You know, y'all pay me, but I'm going to protect y'all. So in a way, I mean, he was telling the history, but at the same time, you could tell that he was kind of defending it. Well, I left a comment, you know, saying that I disagree with his view on prostitution, not the history, but his ideology behind it, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. And a brother said to me, oh no, he's just talking about the history of prostitution, he's not saying that he condones it. No. See, if you watch Tariq podcasts, it's like I do. Up. And I'm sorry. See, that is my second job. That's my side hustle right there. Is Uber. If you guys ever want to make extra cash, you got your own car, stuff like that, definitely do Uber. And I miss that. You know, I'm just gonna turn it off right now. But yeah, that's my second job. I actually call it my side hustle. I mean, because it is a job, because you do put in hours out there. But yeah, that's my second job. My first job, I'm not going to tell you guys that because people, there's trolls out there. You know, there's people who like to dig up your fucking history. That's why I will never show my face. I'm going to address that right now. I will never show my face unless I like make a living, like, you know, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson too, where they go around and talk about stuff, you know. But I would never show my face. I would never show my face. Shout out to my sister Cynthia, man. She shows her face. She's very brave. I have to, you know. Sometimes I think that it's, you know, it can be stupid and risky, but it all depends on your job situation. She may have a job to where she can be at the liberty of saying stuff like that. But me, I can't say that I have a job to where I, you know. And that's why it's all about liberating yourself, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm working on myself and making moves to where I'm investing in myself to where I don't have to work for anybody. But yeah, the job I have, I can't show my face, you know what I'm saying? The best I can give y'all is where I live and stuff like that. And they can say, oh, well, he sounds this certain way. There's a lot of people who sound like me. My brother sounds like me. My cousins sound like me. So, yeah, so you guys, I mean, then you have, you know, my Dano, you know, that can mean any goddamn thing. That could even be a fake name, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so, yeah, so that is my side hustle. But anyway, so back on to Tariq Nasheed. His ideology, I disagree with that. And his ideology is that he believes that's alright for women to sell their pussy. And if you watched his podcast before, he said that. And I could have sworn I remember him saying that a time before that. Now, he talks about pimps and prostitutes all the time, so he may have mentioned it a million times before, but I only heard him say it about twice. One specifically, I remember it was around the time when Hidden Colors 4 was coming out. And he used to do the little podcast, of course, talking about other things, but he would talk about how... you know, where they're going to be broadcasting, how well Hidden Colors is selling out online and stuff like that on Amazon. And he was talking about the blaxploitation movies. And then he was talking about pimping and some of the people that he knew for real, the real pimps and stuff. And I'm not sure which video it is, but it's one of those videos where he's talking about those subjects. And he was talking about pimping and prostitute. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think somebody may have asked him down in the Ustream chat or somebody had called in, I'm not sure, but he basically said that he thought that he believes that it's alright for men to pimp women, and he believed that it's alright for women to sell their pussy for a come up. That's basically what he said, verbatim. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not sure if he said that exactly like that, but that's basically how he said it. You know, that he believed that's alright for a woman to sell her pussy for a come up. You know, and I don't think that he was saying like, oh yeah, she should just stay out there selling her pussy 24/7 until she's like in a ripe old age. Because I think he did mention that she can only do that for so long, you know what I'm saying, before she get old, you know. But I disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. And since I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I cannot agree with that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? I cannot agree with that. You know, even if you call yourself a Christian and you believe in the Bible, you should not, prostitution should not be okay with you. Because first of all, it is a sin. You're committing adultery, fornication, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Then that's unclean because the woman had done slept with many dudes. Some of these prostitutes out here don't clean themselves after they have sex with another dude. You know what I'm saying? That's just dirty. That's nasty. It's sinful. And it's just not healthy. Even if you don't want to look at it from a Christian, I mean, I'm not going to say a Christian standpoint, but even if you don't want to look at it from Yah, the Most High, Yahweh's standpoint, in case you guys don't know, that's his name. I mean, there's different names or, you know, pronunciations of his name. But even if you don't want to see it from that standpoint, just look at it from a health standpoint. It is not healthy at all. Sleeping around different men, that can cause vaginal infections. It can cause guys to get urinary tract infections. Same thing with women. You know, the Bible talks about many arrows entering quivers. You know, that's just not healthy at all. I mean, you can get all types of diseases from that. All types of diseases, illnesses, and ailments. And, you know, Tariq Nasheed, he was trying to defend pimping because he was like, well, because Vlad said something about most of the women are exploited and stuff like that and pimping. And, you know, Tariq, what he said was kind of correct, because I know a lot of women who were either did prostitution or they were sold as sex slaves. Like I literally know two females who were basically they ran away from home and they were abducted. I won't really say adopted, but they were taken by a dude, brought up under his wing, and they were sold into prostitution, basically. They were trying to get out, and the other girl actually fell into the lifestyle because she was worn out. She was drugged every day. So yeah, there are women. Vlad is right. There are women who are exploited, and I believe that's more, because most of the prostitution stories I hear, most of the women are exploited, even if they know it or not. You know what I'm saying? So Tariq, he was trying to defend it, saying that no, they're not exploited, or most of them are not exploited. That's not true. That's not true. You know, I know prostitution is basically the same all around the country. Most of those women are exploited, especially if they're working under a pimp. They are being exploited. And it's just not right, man. I mean, like I said, these women are being exploited. They're being used up. A lot of them are unhealthy. And it's just not right from a moral standpoint. I can never have sex with a woman knowing that she's only having sex with me for money. I couldn't do that. I mean, how can you even live with yourself after the fact of thinking about that? Like, yeah, she should sleep with me because you should feel pathetic. And then on top of that, you know, consider this woman. Like, that's sad. Don't you want that woman to get help? That's your sister, man. That is your sister from the same fucking flesh as you, because that's how I see it. Tariq Nasheed, he's my brother. Whether he knows me or not, or whether he cares about it or not, we come from the same father and mother. Going all the way back to our ancestor. You know, going all the way back to Jacob. We descend from Jacob. We descend from Isaac. We descend from Abraham. Those are our father. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure we even have more recent similar family lineage. Whether we want to face or not, all African Americans, we are all related. We are all family. Really, we are. And that's how I try to look at things, because I wasn't really taught that growing up, that we're family. But like Pac said, you know, we're brothers, man. But a lot of us don't see it that way. We don't. We are literally family, and we see each other as enemies. We hesitate when we see each other. But you know, as I got older, I got more mature. You know, back when I was a kid, I didn't greet people. I didn't care. I was a very selfish person. Didn't care. But now, every time I see a black person, no matter where I'm at, even while I was on a cruise ship, there was this brother that I used to talk to, because even if it's just to say hi or hello, show that you're open. You know what I'm saying? Show them that you care about your people. You know what I'm saying? Because this brother, like, we had a few conversations, but every morning, even while I was on my way and I was rushing to get to a certain point or a certain place on the ship, I will always greet him and his wife. How are you doing this morning? Oh, how was that meal? You know what I'm saying? Did you enjoy that show? Because I saw you was enjoying the show. You was laughing, all that stuff. So yeah, I always go out my way to say hi to black people. You know what I'm saying? To African Americans or our people, period. You know what I'm saying? I always got my way, and that's how we should do it. We should treat each other as if we're greeting a friend or an associate or somebody that we know every time we pass, because I notice that a lot of us, we don't even try to look at each other. I notice that a lot of sisters, like, if they're not interested in you, they won't even look at you. A lot of brothers, like, I think there's like some type of sense of intimidation to where they don't even say hi to other men. Like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Or, how you doing, fam? You don't see that. You barely see that, especially with the young kids. And I think that a lot of us have to teach our kids at home how to greet people. Because a lot of us, we are kind of socially awkward when we're thrust into the world because we don't know how to greet people. You know what I'm saying? We get out there, we're just very freaking awkward. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I had my dad, in my life to teach me things. But still, there was even things that he didn't teach me, and my mom didn't teach me. My mom didn't teach me a lot. Especially my dad, who taught me a lot of things about life. My mom was more as you go. My dad was teaching before you actually got to do the thing or experienced it in your life. But yeah, it's just crazy. But like I said, Tariq is my brother. I got love for him. I got love for all of my people, unless you show me that you don't deserve my love. You know what I'm saying? And I can even be forgiven. I can even forgive to a certain extent. But yeah, like I said, I don't believe in exploiting our women. I don't believe in exploiting our men. I don't believe in exploiting our people. Like selling drugs and stuff like that. Because, don't quote me on this, because I've seen many of his podcasts and I don't know where I heard it from. I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff. But I believe Tariq said that he used to sell drugs. And that's how he made his come up. Once when he got a certain amount of money, he stopped selling drugs. And then he started getting into like indie filmmaking and stuff like that, because he said he was he used to make films before he got into writing books and making documentaries, and touring and stuff like that. So then after that, I guess he started making books, and then he started giving tours and lectures and stuff like that. So yeah, he made his come up. Now he's not saying, like, I believe what he was saying is that he agrees with prostitution and selling drugs to a certain extent, but you shouldn't spend your whole life there. You should do it to make a come up and then move on. Still, I can't agree with that, because you're selling drugs to the community, hurting people. Now, selling weed, the Most High doesn't like that. Smoking, putting any foreign, like smoke in your body, period. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. So I don't believe in that, but I believe that selling weed should not be illegal according to the government. And I don't believe that hurts people like these hard drugs do. These unnatural drugs that you have to cook up and stuff like that. But still, I don't agree with selling drugs, because that's hurting the community. And I don't believe in prostitution or pimping, because you're exploiting people. And a lot of these women are exploited. There's a few documentaries on YouTube that you could check out where they're talking about how illegal sex trafficking happens here in the United States. Where they actually have people who are enslaved. They actually kidnap these young girls, put them on vans, take them to houses, turn them the fuck out. Because the two girls I know, this happened to them, where they were taken. They knew a dude. He took them. Basically, they were going to meet with him. They was going to do something with him. I don't know, like have sex with him or whatever. Turns out they found out that he was a pimp, but they were running away from home, so they wanted to be with him. And I'm not going to go deep into detail, but anyways, found out that he was a pimp. He introduced them to prostitution, took them to the house, turned them the fuck out, had like 7 dudes run through them. Yeah, they do. They actually do this shit, and you can watch documentaries. I know actually 2 females that this happened to. So, anyways, this happens all around the country, and I don't agree with that at all. I don't care if she's black, white, or whatever. I don't believe in that shit at all. That's wrong. And I can never condone that at all. Because that fucks up people mentally. I mean, going through all that shit fucks people up mentally, because they start off in prostitution. They feel like their family doesn't want them, first of all. That's why I believe that it starts at home. You need to show love to your kids. Stop being, I had to tell a family member the other day, stop talking. Actually, it was yesterday. Stop talking to your daughter like she's a grown woman. Stop that. We need to stop talking to our kids like like they're grown people, because then they go out there with those same attitudes, and then they grow up, and it's a perpetual cycle of that crap. We need to stop that, period, man. Being so harsh to our kids, treating them like they're damn adults. Stop that. Because then they run off, and then they do stupid shit like these two females I know, they go off and do that. And then they go and get exploited by these guys. They get turned out, and then a lot of them start doing drugs after that. Start doing heavy drugs. If y'all know any prostitutes, how many prostitutes do y'all know, or women who sell their bodies, how many of them do y'all know that don't do drugs? I bet every single last person who actually knows a person who's in prostitution probably did. I'm sure they did drugs at a certain point. So I don't believe in that at all. I do not believe in that at all. I don't give a fuck about safe sex while prostitution. No, because I can tell you this. They don't have, I can tell you this, majority of prostitutes don't have little test kits there every time they're about to sleep with a dude. So they're basically, taking a chance with every guy they sleep with. It's the roll of dice, you know what I'm saying? Every guy they sleep with, they're not testing them. You're not even testing the female. You know what I'm saying? So she checks some dude out. Okay, he looks clean. You have sex with him, not knowing that this dude has HIV. Now she probably has HIV, most likely will have HIV. Now another dude comes in, and he's clean. He has completely nothing. He sleeps with her. Now he got HIV, don't even know it. She has HIV and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff can go undetected for, I think, like days or even months or even years, HIV. I think I remember reading that. So, you don't know who's dirty out here until it happens to you, until you start hurting. But, I can't agree with that type of lifestyle. I just can't. But yeah, that's all I have to say, because I am about to bounce in a little bit. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.